How's it going, people? I'm Zephyros, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a run of Malriks Halls of Illusion, a level 4 Mossy Crystal, using Ne Zha. I want to show how, or different ways that you can actually utilize Ne Zha. So yeah, with that all being said, let's get into it. Now, I want to start off by saying the reason I'm doing this gold one and not one of the reds is because I'm actually going to put out another video highlighting some of the issues that I have with upcoming updates on Malriks Halls of Illusion. And so I want to leave some of these just to talk about those things and show why it's an issue. But to be honest, the difference between a gold for crystal and a like for like, so like a Scorched Devourer level 4 red and gold, it's not a massive difference. It just means that you've got one extra kind of handicap basically. So in this one, in the golden one, it's reducing my heroes HP pool, so just making them less tanky. This one, it's just adding more HP onto the top plane units that come out. Adds stacks of frostburn, so this can like basically freeze your heroes temporarily. And then this is the big problem one. The Scorch Destroyer just gets stronger and stronger if you don't kill him quick enough. But then you compare that to this, you get an extra mob that's coming out on this one because of but you do get gold ones that also do that, right? That give you extra mobs, but this one just happens to not. But yeah, it's similar stuff as like affecting HP, changing the mobs at certain kind of spawn points, and then where one's got frostbite, this has got thunderhead, and then again just gaining the 20%, so the same kind of affix for the Scorch Destroyer. So yeah, let's go into it then. So with those kind of units, I have a standard team that I run for pretty much all of my Halls of Illusion now, and I obviously have to tweak according to what the handicaps are. But what I like to run is I like to run an ESO team, where Cyrus is actually just a spare tank, just in case someone happens to drop off. And then I use a chaotic team with Garn as my tank at the bottom. Valderon I use to handle the Inquisitors at the top. Ardea handles top lane. Ne Zha is my extra DPS to help Ardea. And Valara is the queen. When it comes to Malrik's trials, Valara is just so good. The way she's just able to handle the bottom lane is phenomenal, right? But yeah, let's start placing everyone down. So I always place Garn down here, and depending on the run, I sometimes place Alex here, but for this one, I'm not going to. I don't think I need Alex. And then we'll place Valara here. So that's it. These three are just going to handle the bottom, or so I hope, right? So what you're going to do with Valara, if you're using Valara, wait for her to do her first kind of pushback and then activate the ult, right? That way you're not wasting a pushback. So if you're ever in a situation where you've got loads of mobs all coming out, then you're pushing back as much as frequently as possible. Next, I'm going to place Draylin here, one tile back from the furthest you can put up. Activate Elowin just to get a bit of cost regen here. Drop the next one, and I'm going to place Ardea out of healing range. In this particular map, there's no kind of AoE damage like an Irauda that would do AoE damage, or like the Thunder damage. It's just going to be Frostburn, right? So it doesn't matter if Ardea's out of healing range, and the more Ardea's health drops, the harder she'll hit, right? So that's why we want her doing that. We want her as low as possible. Next, I'm going to place Valderon here. The reason I place Valdron here is because he's within healing range of Draylin, and it also means that when the Aureate Inquisitor comes here, Valdron's going to block, and as soon as he starts blocking the Aureate Inquisitor, he's going to start hitting him, right? Otherwise, he's going to be helping with the damage down here. And then next, we are going to place Constance here. Now I'm placing Constance up here because I don't want Constance here, because if Constance is here, if the boss comes out here and he starts doing his AoE hits, I don't want Constance to have to take some heals. I want Constance to be focusing entirely on keeping Draylin up, because Draylin, the Draylin won't survive that boss if the boss is scaling his attack higher and higher and higher. He will eventually drop off. So I just want Constance to focus on healing, right? I could technically have just put a proper healer here, but I didn't, right? I like putting Constance here, just because if there ever is a situation where I do want to boost attack, I can just ult with Constance and get that inspiration as well. And then next, and last, we're going to place Ne Zha right here, right? Like so. And again, placing here, you could technically place here to help with the Aureate Inquisitor, but then again, Ne Zha will start taking damage from the Scorch Destroyer. I want all the heals to be focusing here, right? So as you can see here, with the three of these focusing on this tile, they don't stand a chance, right? Even if they are healing up, they're not healing through a Valdron, Ne Zha, and an Ardea, right? So now we just wait for the next wave to come out. Again, we're going to wait for Valara to do her push there, and then we're going to activate. So even though there are more mobs than Garn has blocked, I don't need to activate Garn's ultimate, because Valara is just going to kill them. She's going to push back and she's going to kill so that they don't ever get past. Right? Here, we don't need to do any ultimates. There are enough DPS units here that, yeah, we're just going to take care of them pretty comfortably. So we'll save those ultimates up. Same thing again, wait for Valara to do her push. Activate the ult. So now the Aureate Inquisitors will start coming out here. And again, look at the numbers that Valara is putting out. It's just bonkers. Right, so wait for Valdron to start blocking. We can activate Ne Zha's ult. And just the constant damage that these units can put out. Valdron, before Ne Zha, this was still a problem. Like, I just felt like certain units didn't quite have the AoE capacity to deal with some of these waves, whereas Ne Zha plugs that gap really, really well. And then once Ne Zha has that CC as active as well, it's just so useful. Sometimes the Scorch Destroyer has an additional kind of effect where when they get killed for the first time, they can't be blocked. If someone like Ne Zha is placing slows, they barely move, and so as you can then put another unit here, like you can pick Ne Zha up and put another tank here so that Ardea can carry on hitting safely, and they all get blocked because Ne Zha slowed them down enough that they haven't walked 2 tiles. So the utility that Ne Zha brings here is just incredible. Right, so now we're going to activate Valdron's ult. We'll activate Ne Zha. And obviously, in terms of the heals, it's just comfortable. Because we've got 2 healers up, it's just comfortable here. Wait for Valara to do her push, do the ultimate. And we're just basically gonna just rinse and repeat. I don't think we'll need to do... Yeah, we won't need to ult with Garn there. Our day has gone into ult, so we're pretty comfortable here. I'll still ult with Valderon anyway. So the Winter's Bite has just frozen Valderon there annoyingly, but that's fine. Wait for the push and activate Valara. And now Valderon and Ne Zha will take care of this mob. Valara should do a pushback, so we shouldn't need to activate Garn's ult, but if we do need it, we can always just activate. But again, yeah, with the damage that Valara does, we're fine, we're pretty comfortable. Right, that was actually a bit tighter than I would have originally liked, but it's fine. Now with these guys in ults, we've got no problem there. Valderon's going to take care of this up top and then start helping out down here as well. It's worth noting as well, you know, if you are ever struggling for damage, if you activate Draylin's ult, it will just boost everyone's damage within range. So it's just worth noting. I just don't need to, so I'm just not complicating things. And always just make sure you're watching down here just to make sure that no one's sneaking through. We'll activate Valderon as soon as we can. Activate Ne Zha. Just because we want all of these units down before the destroyer starts coming. And so Valderon should start helping now. Yeah, there we go, fine. So now it's just a case of you need to just watch the HP because Draylin can drop off, right? But with all three of them on, they should be doing very quick damage. But when you need to, chuck heals down from Elowin as well. These guys should start chunking away though very quickly. Once we get into the second phase of the boss, I'm going to activate my Draylin to boost the damage, activate my ultimates. Our day is going into her ult, Valderon is in his ult. We're going to place another heal down. And they're just slaughtering the boss at this point. So look, my heals have dropped off, but it's not a problem because I've got a spare tank. This is why it's useful to have Cyrus there. Just makes things more comfortable. So now that the boss is done, it's just more of the same. Let these waves come down. As soon as the pushback comes, activate Valara. I'm going to wait till I get to the 200% on Valderon. Activate my ults. We can put some heals down if we think it's looking a bit shady. Done the pushback. Activate. Might have done it a bit too late there. So if I need to, I can just activate Garn. I got a bit impatient then, I put it on 2x speed. Obviously, when you're doing these runs, just keep it simple. Put it on 1x speed, just so you're not making mistakes, all right? And then we're just pushing on to the final wave. Annoyingly, it's pushed everyone out to the side there. So what I'm going to do is See, that was really weird because it's basically. I'm going to pick up Cyrus to just get these mobs reblocked. And I'm going to put the extra DPS out from Lady Alex. I don't know what happened there actually. Why the mob just started walking around? Was it it might have been the freeze, but Valderon's just dropped off. So we've got a couple of problems here that I wasn't actually anticipating. But it's fine. We'll see how it goes. Ardea's in her role. So she should start chunking away, but problem is now we've got the damage. So this is going to be problematic. I'm going to be honest, I can't be bothered to restart this, just because it's only going to be a few extra chests. But yeah, that wasn't ideal. Let's see what the rewards are. Not great. Considering that's a level 4, that is not great. The if you go into what a yellow chest gives, then the frequency with which it gives this crap is just unreal. Unreal. Right? It's so annoying. I've never got one of these, and I've done a ton of level 4s with the red chests, with the gold chests. I've got one of these variant gems. Never got any of these. I just get so many of these gems and these ones, and obviously these ones and this crap as well. But yeah, that's going to be for another video, right, where I talk about how um ridiculous the update is with the limited number of tries. But I'll go over that in more detail in that next video. But I'm actually kind of glad that we had this little complication in this run because it just shows that you can't predict sometimes what's going to happen in the run. But yeah, that's just showing how you can use Ne Zha as that extra DPS unit. But I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on where you would use Ne Zha as well. It is worth noting, obviously, the builds that I use are very good builds. Um, so like Ne Zha is in incredible, incredible gear. So like these pieces are like god tier pieces. This side not so much, but obviously the left side is just unreal. But yeah, if you have any questions or any kind of thoughts, just comment below or message me on Discord. All right. But until the next video, guys, stay blessed.